Hello, my name is Anna, and you know I love trying vintage recipes. I have a pretty extensive collection of vintage cookbooks. If you've been with me for a while, you know that, including quite a few Christmas and holiday cookbooks. I just can't cook through all of them every season. I just can't, there's too many. So I have a little stack of them right here, and I thought it might be fun for us to just look through some of the ones I didn't get to this year. Maybe I'll get to them in the future, but for now, let's just have a cozy little cookbook flip through. I've done a couple of these over on Patreon as well, so if this is something that you enjoy, I'll leave a link in the description down below if you would like to go ahead and join. I'm starting with A Feast of Yuletide Cookies. This cover, I tell you what, this cover is something else. This book was sent to me by a viewer, Eartha Kitsch. She's the same person who sent me the gorgeous cookie book ornament last year. So this book is from 1957. I love the colors on this. A lot of times, traditional Christmas colors, we think red and green. This one heavily features blue, and I think it just goes so well with the cover illustration. The white outline around the red letters just make them pop and make them stand out. 16 wonderful recipes for Christmas, some new, some old, plus tips on decorating, serving, and gift packing. I have my beloved Betty Crocker cookie book, and that's usually my go-to for cookies. So that's kind of why I didn't get to this one this year. But look at these fantastic Santa cookies on the cover. This booklet has a lot of colorful photographs in it. It says, Christmas cookies for all. Looking for an extra special way to say Merry Christmas this year? Then get out your mixing bowl and cookie cutters. And you'll notice the spelling of cookie is C-O-O-K-Y. This brought up a lot of feelings in people and a lot of questions too. Why is it spelled C-O-O-K-Y instead of C-O-O-K-I-E? It's just an alternate spelling, and me personally, I don't know the full origin of absolutely everything, and I'm not going to pretend to, but that particular spelling is something that I noticed more in the 50s and 60s. Sometimes, before that. I posted a few weeks ago a link to, I think it's the Wisconsin Electric Company holiday cookie books, throughout the years. I think it was 1934 to 2022. And you'll notice in certain decades that they do spell cookie with a Y instead of an IE at the end. So it's kind of an interesting thing to notice, the evolution of it. It's funny because it says cookies here, and then it says cookie here. So they use both. Anyway, the first recipe in this book is gingerbread men. How traditional, but how cute do these look? Here's the recipe for Santa Claus faces. That's the one from the front cover. We have something called butter bits, so probably just a delicious butter cookie. Christmas stocking cookies, Scotch Christmas trees, holiday rum balls. We've got cinnamon nut stars. I think those are so cute. I love those. We have springly and spritz chocolate trees. So a chocolate spritz cookie recipe, you would use a cookie press to make those. We have some bar cookies, Brazil nut sticks, walnut fingers, and date nut bars. I probably would love those. I love date pinwheel cookies. Coconut macaroons, peanut marguerites. I've never heard of those. I'm guessing that these are the macaroons. They look like they have coconut on them, and that maybe these are the peanut cookies, because they kind of look a little bit meringue, They've got egg white sugar, salt, peanuts, and vanilla. Christmas banana drops, so some banana cookies. Something about the way that these are decorated, I just love it. I love the way that this photograph looks, the coloring of it, and this pretty plate with the snowflake border. And then we've got a little page on decorating know-how. Cookie decorating can be real fun for children and grown-ups alike. Follow these few hints and it can be easy too. And also we have packing tips here. So if you're going to pack up some cookies to take to a neighbor or a friend, it has some suggestions there, and even an index. Even though this book is only 15 pages long, it does have an index so you can find whatever you're looking for. So those are the Christmas stocking cookies. So next up, I have Betty Crocker Holidays on Parade. This one is not technically a Christmas cookbook. This is a holiday cookbook, so holidays throughout the year. First off, the cover is amazing. These little houses, it really does. I know it's for multiple holidays throughout the year, but it does look pretty Christmassy to me. So this one is from 1965. Oh, look, we continue that little house motif right inside the cookbook, and it has some of the General Mills products, Gold Medal flour, Total cereal. So some of these maybe now aren't part of the General Mills portfolio. A lot of times, you know, products come and go, or they go to different companies or whatever, you know, business, it's business. And there is a beautiful portrait of Betty. I've mentioned this before. If you're ever unsure of the date on a Betty Crocker cookbook, one of the things you can do to try to date it is to look at Betty's portrait. And if you go on the Betty Crocker website, you know, they do have images of all of her portraits along with the year, because she's had several throughout the year. So that can at least help you place it, usually like in a decade. Another thing, if you look at product packaging inside your cookbooks and booklets, sometimes that can help you place it, you know, in the right year or decade as well. So Betty has a little message for us at the beginning. It says, "Dear friend, this book brings you holiday greetings, not just for Christmas, but for all year through. Holidays are fun, but I know you're busy too. So begin with my basic bakings. Once you've mastered them, go on to all the other variations for special days ahead." So it does start with what looks like some cakes. So we have a chocolate, this is very, very fancy fonts here. Chocolate whipped cream cake. We have a Christmas tree, an Easter basket cake, that's this one, Father's Day almond torte, and a Valentine's Day heart cake. So you can take one cake recipe and adapt it to different holidays just with the decorations. And a chocolate loaf cake. So we have a candle cake with a little Santa. It looks like this one is in the shape of a pillar candle, and it has some holly leaves. It looks like the holly leaves are made of gumdrops. And then Halloween pumpkins, those are just so cute. I love those. A Christmas train cake. So two different ways to make a Christmas cake. And I see the back here. I see the back of a coupon for Peter Pan peanut butter, or maybe it's the front. I don't know. Usually, okay, I see. Yes, it's the front of a coupon. Worth 7 cents on any size of Peter Pan peanut butter, smooth or crunchy. Now, sometimes these coupons will have dates on them. I noticed in these booklets that they didn't. So technically, could I still take this into a grocery store and get 7 cents off? I'm not going to, but that's funny. Continuing on with the same chocolate loaf cake, it looks like we have a New Year's bell cake right here, firecracker cupcakes, Lincoln logs, Easter egg cupcakes, holiday sugar rollout dough. So cookies, cutout cookies. We have Christmas cutouts over here in different shapes. Cookie puppets. So I guess you make your sugar cookies into little stick puppets. We have our spritz cookies. These are made with margarine because this particular book was, you know, promoting Bluebonnet margarine. This might be the same or a very similar recipe to the one that's in Betty Crocker's cookie book, since this is from 1965 and that was originally published in 1963. More coupons. We have a 5-cent coupon for Bluebonnet margarine here. Let me turn this and then you can kind of see it a little bit better. Oh my, refrigerator cookies. Refrigerator cookies are usually, you know, a type of dough that's shaped into a log or a loaf and refrigerated, and then you just slice off what you need. You know, you slice the cookies and you bake them. Here we have some shamrocks. We have Christmas tree cookies. I love those. It's like a little stacked up kind of cookie with some sugar on the edges. Petal tarts, those are very cute. It looks like they have jam in the center. Satellites, whoa, that's different. Cute. Peanut butter and jam sandwiches, pumpkin cookies for Halloween. These are very cute. That black cat is made of gumdrops. I have seen the very same black cat on a cupcake in the Betty Crocker recipe card library, and I'm guessing it's the same thing. And now we have sour cream yeast dough, so you can make a candy cane coffee cake. How festive for the holidays. And we have mincemeat spiral rolls. Oh, we have more to make with that dough. A Father's Day crown. I think that must be this because there's a pipe next to it. Shamrocks right here. Pope ladies, I guess. That must be those. Cheese pastry. Looks like an apple pie with cheese. Crab remoulade pie. Couldn't eat that one, but it sounds pretty good. And a Halloween meatball pie. And again, more coupons. You could save a lot of money with these. A silhouette parfait pie. These look very fancy. Looks like a Christmas peppermint pie and a shamrock pie and a Washington Jubilee pie that has cherries on it. That's how I know that it's for Washington's birthday. Back of this booklet has kind of like the little index, each holiday and the corresponding recipes, so they're easy to find. Sticking with the Betty Crocker theme, Betty Crocker's Holiday Hostess can do recipes. I believe this is from 1967. That's the date that I was coming up with when I looked it up on like eBay and Etsy. I totally love the illustrations. I guess they're actually photographs technically on this one. This is like an apron, like a hostess apron, and it looks like it's made of felt, kind of like a felt banner, and it has these jingle bells on it. And this one is a holiday open house menu. And look at that. Wouldn't you love to go to that party? Jewel tone fruit cake, that's this. Cranberry bread here. Looks like some cookies and some different types of snacks. I spy bugles. I know those are bugles. These two, I think there's one called like daisies. Oh yeah, right here. So it's bugles, whistles, and daisies. The whistles and the daisies are no more. You can't, I don't think you can get those anymore. Bugles you can still get, but I have found out, my friends in Canada have let me know that they cannot get bugles. They're so delicious and crunchy and salty. So I hope, my Canadian friends, I hope you get your bugles back soon. Jingle Bell Puffs, my goodness, that must be these. So this is a holiday open house menu. It looks like an assortment of sweet treats and cookies, pecan fingers, coconut chews. I think that those might be the same coconut chews I made from the Betty Crocker recipe card library. Maybe, we'll see. They might be the same. Chocolate almond cakes, coffee crunch bars, holiday sugar cakes, that must be these, and then fresh orange squares must be these, but that looks beautiful. And this table cover, again, it's got like the felt and the jingle bells. They're kind of sticking with this whole colorful felt jingle bell theme. A mistletoe buffet. The menu for this one is flaky pastry appetizers, some orange glazed Hormel Cure 81 ham. They're very specific on the brand of that ham. Some Italian green beans, tasty macaroni and cheese, which they do have a recipe for that one. Gay green salad, again, we've got the recipe for that. Basically, it's an Italian dressing salad with some whistles and daisies tossed into it. Also, caraway puffs, chocolate pecan pie, or Nestle road cake. This mistletoe buffet continues on the next two pages. We've got the rest of the recipes and the rest of the photographs here. And this one is a holly brunch. So maybe for Christmas morning, you know, you'd have orange swizzles and Swiss cheese petit choux, pumpkin bread, baked ham wedges, maybe some leftover ham from that mistletoe buffet. And then the holly brunch is continued here. Those are the baked ham wedges and the pumpkin bread. And again, look, we have coupons in the back. I love finding coupons and like order blanks and things in the back of cookbooks and cookbooklets. And again, these don't have dates on them. So they have one for pet milk. They have one that's for 5 cents off whistles, bugles, or daisies, and then 10 cents off of Reynolds heavy duty wrap. So more product packaging and like what that looks like back here. Even beyond that page of coupons, we have one more page of the cookbook with a cookie party. So crisp pastel cookies right here, buttery shortbread cutouts, and name card and jigsaw cookies. So those are really, really fun. And more cookie recipes in the back, gingerbread rollouts and gumdrop jumbos. Okay, so next we have Betty Crocker's Festive Fixins with a Foreign Flair. This is from 1964. This is full of holiday recipes from around the world, basically. I love these like structures here that look kind of like they're made of cardboard boxes and construction paper, like in a good way, like like if a food stylist or someone like did it. So we have more of those cardboard castle kinds of structures and more food packaging here as well. Look at this darling. It's almost like they used this illustration as an inspiration for these like castles. It says, "Dear friend, season your holiday parties with a bit of foreign flavor. Serve festive fixins inspired by Christmas customs around the world in France, Germany, Italy, Scandinavia, and the British Isles. You'll enjoy these kitchen-tested recipes adapted from traditional foreign bakings for practical American home use. Merry Christmas, Betty Crocker." Okay, we're starting with Italy. So we have a Della Robbia pie and a panettone and this great little, what looks like a little illustration of Venice. And next we have Scandinavia, Santa Lucia crown. At the time I'm filming this, that day was actually, I think, like last week. So maybe you celebrated with some saffron buns, I don't know. And a tort, I'm gonna butcher this, Mazarine, maybe, tort. It has raspberry jam in it. And then we have jam sticks here. I don't know, this is from Norway and I'm gonna say it wrong. Okay, Berliner Kranzer. I know, I don't speak any other languages. So now we come to France and we have the Bunch de Noël cake right here. It's like, you've probably seen these cakes. They look like logs and a lot of times it's like a chocolate roll cake. And then some cherry puff tarts. Those look really, really tasty to me. And a cream puff Christmas tree. It says glamorous as a croquembouche. Petticoat tails, freely translated from the French. They look kind of like, just like almond cookies. Oh, they have rose water in them, so that kind of makes them special. And now we come to Germany. We've got, of course, the Black Forest cherry tort. That is gorgeous right there. We have the British Isles, shortbread tree, cheddar pastry appetizers. I love this illustration. That is so cute. And then a whole section of cookies from different places. And I always love, this reminds me so much of the cookie book, the actual photographs of the cookies here. Like this, like you would see these cookies as a border along the bottom of the cookie book's pages, like the first several pages. That's one of the things I always remember about that book. Oh, and it looks like there maybe was either a recipe or maybe some coupons, probably a recipe that someone cut out. So I really don't know what's supposed to go there. And we have some snacks. Look at all of these dolls around the bowl of what looks like almost like Chex Mix. And festive decorations with saran wrap. I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that one. I've never tried doing that. This is actually a Pillsbury book. So we went from Betty Crocker to Pillsbury. This is Fancy Free Entertaining. And I think this is such a fun illustration. And around, the top of this woman's head, it says, festive idea recipes, shortcutted, streamlined, up-to-dated for you by Pillsbury, the Idea Flower. This line that they used to use about being shortcutted and streamlined and the Idea Flower reminds me a lot of the Busy Lady Bake Off cookbook. That's a video from a really long time ago, but that's kind of like what I remember them using a lot of those like slogans in. So this is from the late 1960s. I couldn't find an exact date, so I just kind of based it off of some of the other cookbooks that I've seen. The Idea Flower, there it is. Party starters, many way cheese snacks. So it looks like they want you to make some like cheese crackers and then do different spreads on top. Yeah, deviled ham, sour cream. The pages on this one are kind of delicate, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. But this is a holiday brunch menu. You know I love a holiday brunch menu. I just made a video not too long ago about a 1980s holiday brunch. I'll link that in the description down below if you haven't seen it. But they have a recipe for heat and hold scrambled eggs. So if you need to make a lot of scrambled eggs for a group, how to make those and then how to keep them warm. Oh my goodness, a mistletoe buffet. There was a mistletoe buffet in one of the other books, right? We love a mistletoe buffet. Christmas pudding with flaming sauce, rich butter spritz, wintertime casserole, and pinwheel biscuits. Time out coffee clutch. So you have a whole menu: festive turnover cake, jolly eggnog cake, cherry nut slices. Ooh, lots of sweet stuff. Holiday fruit bars, fancy fudgies, and coffee. What are these fancy fudgies? Sugar, milk, butter, graham crackers, walnuts. That sounds good. Après party. So after skiing, skating, caroling, the dance, bridge, people had active social lives. Hot apple cider, fondue. Bowl game party. Ham with rosy bowl sauce, cheeses, relishes, quick nut bread, butter balls. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. We have some lovely photographs and illustrations here. This is a guide on gift giving. So how to wrap this candy or cookies or snack mix into like this is a brandy glass, brandy snifter. And then I thought these were so cool, cake decorators right here. It reminds me, like if you look at this closely, this photograph, it looks a lot like Easy Cheese, like the aerosol cheese spray. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Only it's frosting. Find prize-winning bake-off recipes shortcutted by Pillsbury experts, free inside every sack of Pillsbury's Best. So there's like a little booklet in there. So these are peanut blossoms, and peanut blossoms actually came to us from the Pillsbury bake-off. I can't remember what year it was. Someone submitted that recipe and it changed the world, basically, like the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey's Kiss in the middle. So many people make them. It's tradition for so many families and so many people. One last book here, see if I can get that in the frame. This is another Pillsbury book, Best Loved Foods of Christmas, and these are best of the bake-off recipes. 65 recipes for America's hospitable holiday season featuring the 10 best butter cookies. Original price on this was 25 cents. There's no date that I could find in this one. However, I flipped through and I looked at all of the recipes because a lot of the recipes stated this was from the 5th Pillsbury Bake-Off. This is from the 7th Pillsbury Bake-Off. The latest Pillsbury Bake-Off that I could find was the 10th Pillsbury Bake-Off. The first Pillsbury Bake-Off, I believe, took place in 1949. So I'm gonna place this at about like 1960. And look at this Santa right here. How cute is this drawing? I love it. Along with this like little border right here. Even just these little touches, these little colorful like details and sketches in here. A photograph of this beautiful cookie table, and then they have kind of like this drawing, this diagram, so that you can see what each item is. So it looks like we have maybe like a little cookie baking fairy up here, general hints and cookie baking tips. Merry mincemeters right here. So this came from the 10th Grand National Recipe and Baking Contest from Pillsbury. We have some chewy coconut bars. A lot of these photographs in this book are in black and white. Still love them though. Still love to look at them. Lemon Dream bars, and that's these. And then Quickie fruit cakes and coconut date bars, if this like order is correct. A little sleigh full of cookies. Charmin cherry bars, fudge cakes, butterscotch fudge bars. So this is the bar cookie section. I love a bar cookie. You know, a lot of times it's like mix something up, put it in a pan and bake it. Sometimes you have multiple layers of things, but I love bar cookies so much. And I also love drop cookies. You know, you make a dough, you scoop it and you bake it. 6-way butter cookies, almond coconut twinkles, Jim Dandies. Oh my goodness. Ginger creams, those sound delicious. And candy lasses. French meringue strips right here. And now we have a lovely color photograph of these old-fashioned butter cookies because they are so beautifully decorated. Puff-up tea cookies, spicy molasses crisps, and chocolate shell peanuts. And we're treated to this super cute little Santa that looks like he's juggling cookies. Holiday riches, coconut honey balls, oatmeal raisin rounds. This has got a lot of recipes in it. Refrigerator cookies. Press cookies right here. So that is a different kind of cookie press. Oh, look at these. These are spritz cookies right here. How beautiful are those? That's so pretty. And festive. These look fun. Oh, look at that. That is such a cute illustration with Santa decorating cookies. How to store and freeze cookies. He's looking a little cold in there, but again, a very cute illustration. Oh, and we have cakes too. We have some fruit cakes. We have a pie section. Christmas pudding. Cheesecakes. Swedish chocolate dessert. Interesting. And we have special offers. I actually do have, I believe I have this volume 3 butter cookie cookbook in my collection. And then just the index and how to set up a holiday buffet. So I know that was a little bit different than what than the videos that I normally make. Normally you'd find me cooking and trying recipes and things like that. But I thought it would be fun just to have a cozy little cookbook flip through. This is a really big year for my channel, everybody. It grew quite a bit. I have a lot of new friends and subscribers and viewers, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much if you've spent any time watching my videos, commenting on them, engaging with them, all of that good stuff. And I hope I can continue to unlock memories for you, remind you of recipes that maybe you haven't made in a long time, or even show you something new that you've never made before. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Again, if you would like to join me over on Patreon for some additional content, I'll leave a link in the description down below. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.